fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today with a new series, maybe, for me. Let me explain. First of all, I'm filming in the dining room just because I was filming some other things and I was already set up out here, and this seemed like a good place to do some of these because these are kind of big. So as I work through this series, I'll probably be filming a combination of between out here in the dining room and in my film studio. As you can see, some of these canvases are quite large. So let me explain what I'm doing. First of all, I have a stash. This is not a stash video, but as you know, I have a stash of diamond paintings, and inevitably, there are some kits that I purchase because there's a sale, because I initially like the image, various reasons. Maybe it's a kit I picked up because I needed something to add on to get the free shipping, and I liked it enough to get it at the time, and then I decided, well, I don't know if I'm going to hang on to this one. Generally, when I get to that point, I will set kits aside to be given away as random acts of kindness. And I have given probably at least 5 or 6 kits away like that. In addition to, if you're a regular follower of the channel, you remember that last Christmas I did a 12 Days of Christmas series where I gave a kit away for the 12 Days of Christmas. So 12 kits got given away that way. However, weirdly enough, even when you give things away, sometimes people don't collect the prizes. And so I end up with stuff still sitting around that I either intended to give away, or what happens more often is some of those, I kind of like those kits, end up sitting around until they're kind of at the bottom of my stash pile, and I can't decide what to do with them. So these are kits that I originally had marked to get rid of, whether I was going to donate them, give them to a friend, whatever. I don't generally do a destash and destash groups. I'm have not been all that interested in trying to make money off of these. Maybe at some point in the future, but that's just not where I'm at right now. So these were all kits that I had marked to give away. However, I've had so many people tell me that I should focus on increasing my stash before I move to Canada. Had some really in-depth discussions with my husband. I'm still not convinced that it would be more expensive to order things once we're in Canada. So my Canadian viewers out there, do you have to pay if you order from a US company like Diamond Art Club or Craftably or someplace? Do you have to pay import fees? Is that what makes it more expensive? Because just accounting for the exchange rate, and I know the exchange rate differs, but if you order enough to get free shipping, it doesn't look to me like it's all that much more expensive taking the exchange rate into account. So I'm just curious, is it because I know like not Craftably, Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Designs, if you order over a certain amount, it's free shipping. And that's even if you're in Canada. So just curious about that. So if you know the answer to that, leave me a comment down below. Have you had to pay import taxes, fees, whatever, on ordering from like Diamond Art Club? Anyway, so my husband and I had several discussions about that, and I was trying to figure out, do I want to hang on to these? Do I want to get rid of them? What do I want to do? And so I finally decided, part of the reason I can't decide what to do with them is because I haven't opened them. Because I've run into several kits where I was kind of iffy on them, but I was doing them for a project or an event or something, and so I went ahead and opened them. And once I got done with them, I was like, wow, why was I even considering, giving this away? Conversely, I've also had the opposite happen where I open a kit up thinking it's going to be great, and I open it up and I'm like, ugh, I do not like this kit. It's either too much color blocking, not enough multi-placing, too much confetti, not enough confetti. I just have decided I don't like the image, too many dark colors. There's a variety of reasons why I decide I just don't want to do that kit. These are ones to begin with. I have others in my stash, and that's why this is going to be a series. To begin with, that I don't know if I want to keep these or not. And so I thought, well, rather than continuing on as I have done since the beginning of the channel, if I buy a kit myself for me to do, I generally don't unbox it until I'm ready to work on it. So I have lots of kits like these that are still sitting in my inventory with the shrink wrap still on them, never been unboxed, completely wrapped, brand new, never been looked at. And I thought, well, my initial thought was I hate to open them and then just shove them back in the box if I'm not going to do them. However, since then, I've done so many unboxings for people, sneak peeks and the like, that that is exactly what I end up doing, and it really doesn't make any difference. So I don't know why I had a hang up about it. So what I'm going to be doing is for those kind of iffy kits for me, I'm going to be one by one unboxing them, looking at them, and then making a decision. Do they stay or do they go? And I'll ask for your input as well. Now, regardless of whether they stay or go, I'm not selling them. So if that's your comment and you want me to get rid of it because you think I'm going to sell it, that's not how this will work. But I am interested in your actual opinion. Do you think it would be worth my time to keep these kits and actually work on them? Would you be interested in seeing them and seeing how they turn out? Have you already seen them and you think they were great and I should keep them? Or did they not turn out very well and you think I should let it go? Insert Frozen meme. Anyway, so I'm just going to pick one of these. To start, I've got these four that, like I said, I had pulled out because I thought I was going to get rid of them, and now I've had second thoughts. So I'm going to open them, I'm going to unbox them, I'm going to look at them, and we're going to see what they're like, and then I'll make a decision. And you guys can have some input by leaving me a comment down below. So I think I'm going to start with one of the Diamond Art Clubs. So I'm going to pick this one, which is a pretty large kit, as you can see. So I'm going to open it, take off the shrink wrap, get everything out of the box, and we're going to look at this one and we're going to see if this is a kit that I want to keep. I'm not going to open the other three this time. Like I said, I'm going to make this into a series, so this is not me unboxing all four of these. These other three will get put aside to be opened at some later date, but we're going to open this one. So let me rearrange things a bit. I think I'm going to stay out here in the dining room because this is such a large kit, just so we can see everything, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I tried to be careful taking this one out of the bag in case I decide I don't want to keep it. I'm trying to keep everything nice so I can just put it back in the bag. I've got the little sticker here that is for the logbook. This is an older Diamond Art Club kit, so this is an older tool kit. So we've got one of the old just plastic trays. We've got 2 plates of heart wax. We do have our diamond painting pen with an extra 4-placer. I sometimes cheat and I keep these out of the bags because I love a 4-placer, even though it's plastic. The 4-placer is my favorite. Then we've got a ton of baggies here. We've got our scrunchie, and we have our super pokey Diamond Art Club tweezers. So that is what came in the toolkit. So let's unroll the canvas and see what we have here. So I'm going to unroll it and then I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Here is the canvas. This is Notre Dame Night from Diamond Art Club. This is by David McLean. The reason it's on my I don't know if I want to keep it list is because, one, the size. It is 98 by 70 centimeters, which is 38.6 by 27.6, according to Diamond Art Club. We have 65 colors. Of course, with Diamond Art Club, we've got our DMC codes. All the symbols are nice and clear. Because it's a landscape, I just wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. The reason that I bought it was timing. This happened to come up for sale not too long. I don't know if it was right before or right after. I'm thinking it was right after the big fire happened at Notre Dame, where the spire fell and all these kind of things. And so this one came up and I thought, oh, at the time, didn't know if it was going to get repaired, what they were going to do. They're still currently working on it. But I thought, well, this would be a good way to commemorate it. I would love to go see Notre Dame. I don't think I'm ever going to get there. Would love to see the Eiffel Tower. I just don't think I'm ever going to get to Paris. But because it was such a historic landmark, because, it was like right around the time of the fire and this came up, I thought, oh, I will get this one and I will work on it. This would be a nice piece to have, to not only remember the cathedral as it was, but again, for me, a way to kind of visit the place that I'm never actually going to get to. And you can see it's got all these amazing pieces. Of course, you have the cathedral, and you've got the moon with the kind of starry sky. You've got the Eiffel Tower in the background. You've got all this lovely Parisian skyline with all the apartments lit up and everything. You've got the river here with the little touristy boat as it, I don't know if it's a tourist boat. That doesn't look like people. Maybe that's just a canopy. Maybe it's like a river boat or something. I don't know. Anyway, then you've got this big kind of street lamp in the foreground. This looks like a little bird right here. All of the flowers and everything. Oh, is this a little dog laying under the bench? How cute. There's another like bird right here. It is very, very large. First of all, let me measure. So again, this is going to kind of be an odd unboxing series for me, not only because I'm kind of not doing it in the same order that I would normally do things, but also because I'm going to be kind of more nitpicky about things than I normally would be because I'm trying to make up my mind on whether or not I want to keep this or let it go. Not going to lie, actually, now that I have it unboxed, the size doesn't seem that intimidating. But let's measure it. So 38.6 inches or 98 centimeters across. Let's see if that's what I get. I get 38.25 inches or 97 centimeters. So a little bit under what they said. And then they said 70 centimeters this way. It is 27.5 inches by just a couple millimeters under 70. So pretty close to 70. Now, I don't think this is the largest one that I've ever done. I mean, square centimeter wise, certainly it's not the largest, but I think my Diana is either roughly the same size or maybe just a little bit bigger. I think she was 100 something by 75 maybe. So just a touch bigger than this one. But now that I'm looking at it, yeah, it looks like it would be really fun. There's not a ton of black, which is something that I was afraid of. So you've got some black kind of here in the shadows, and then you've got black outlining the little lamp here. Some black, no, that's not even, a little bit of black under the boat. I think that's it. Everything else is going to be not black, but a darker color. So it looks like 939 or 3371, like this is 939. This is, well, what is this L? Oh, that's a lot of 550 and 938 and 3371. So not a ton of black like I was afraid of. And it does look like there's some multi-placing. So certainly some multi-placing in the sky and the background up here. And again, I'll do some B-roll so you guys can see close-ups of all of this. But of course, the flying buttresses here, the Gothic architecture of the cathedral itself, the little round windows right here, arch windows over here, got a dome in the background, another dome over here, the tree in the foreground at the top there. And then you've got over on the right side, you've got all these lovely little flowers, some more flowers kind of trailing off over here on the left. Again, of course, the Eiffel Tower here in the background, the moon, kind of all the stars dotted through the sky, the big spire on the roof of the cathedral. I think the size is the issue that I'm having the most struggle with. I mean, it's the Diamond Art Club. It's going to be good. It's not a ton of black, so even though it's an older kit where it's not the new, fancier, better drills, I think it would be okay. Not a ton of black. Most of the rest of the colors you don't have a ton of trouble with. Yeah, I'm going to have a nice mix of multi-placing with confetti, which is what I like. You guys, now that I've looked at this one, I'm currently leaning a little more toward keep, even though it's super big. The one thing that stops me besides the size, well, I guess it's in addition to the size, is one of the things that I'm trying to do is be mindful of what I'm going to do with the kit when I'm finished with it. Am I going to frame it and keep it for myself? While I will get a lot of enjoyment out of working on it, probably not. I think this is where I struggle with diamond painting as a hobby versus something like crocheting or knitting or cross stitch, because typically, those things, if I crochet something, I've got a scarf or gloves or a hat or a blanket that I can gift to someone, and I feel like it's being used. Whereas if I don't frame this and give it to someone, then it just ends up kind of languishing in my portfolio forever. Do I just want to keep it for that? I mean, I'm going to get the enjoyment out of working on it, so I will get that. I don't want to say that that's not a part of the equation, because it is. But, I really have to think, do I want this hanging around in my space, kind of taking up that mental energy from me, knowing that I probably won't frame it and hang it up? That's a mark in the con column for me, the size, and that I probably wouldn't frame it. I don't know if I know anybody who would want this one. That's kind of the other con for me. I don't have a huge family. If I did, I would be finding all kinds of people. Hey, you like Paris? Here, take this one. Actually, if my parents were still alive, my mom loved Paris. She and my dad went there on one of their trips before they retired, and she absolutely loved it. So if she was still around, I might give it to her, but I don't think I know anyone else who loves it enough. And there's always the option that I could frame it kind of cheaply, gift it to somebody, but I don't even know who I would gift it to. So, definite mark in the con column for me is that it probably wouldn't get framed and hung up. But is that enough to keep me from enjoying the process of actually doing it? I don't know. I think it's a toss up at this point. All right, so let me go grab the drills. We'll look at the drills and we'll see if the drills have any pros and cons for me. So we've got our stickers here. We've got 65 colors, like I said, and it looks like we have 4 ABs in this one. So that's interesting. And then of course we have the image here that I will be putting in my logbook if I decide to keep this one. So you can see it's Notre Dame at night, and so you've got like these little glowing lights here on the street, the lights kind of glowing inside the little boat there. Of course, the stickers are pre-cut. It is a square diamond painting. So let's open our drills and see what we get. You guys, this is a lot of drills, which of course, it's a huge diamond painting. Of course, it's going to have a ton of drills. Let's see what we get. So here in the smallest sleeve here, we've got 2 bags of this kind of butterscotch orange, only 1 bag of 310. That seems crazy. Even though I did look at it and see there's not a ton of 310, it seems wild that there would only be 1 bag. A dark purple, 2 bags of a kind of dark sky blue, and kind of an orangey peachy color. Getting these all back into the bag they came in is going to be interesting. All right. Now, this is a newer kit than I thought, I guess, because they've gone to, this is where they're doing all of the bigger bags or multiple bags of drills at the end, and then at the one is where like all of the drill colors that there aren't very many of are. All right, let's look at these. So we've got a light blue AB. We've got a very kind of light tan, a gray, a pink. Then we've got 2 more ABs. We've got kind of a spring yellow, greenish yellow, and an orange. We've got a dark brown, a lavender, a dark gray. We've got 2 shades of pink. We've got like a darker watermelon pink and then a mulberry pink. We've got 2 shades of coral, like a peachy coral and then a darker coral. We've got a dark gray and a light gray. We've got that kind of dark peacock blue. And then we have 2 very close in shade, like peachy orange colors. We've got another mulberry and then like a dove gray. Okay, instead of having to keep flipping these over, I'm just going to hold them with the drill numbers, the DMC numbers up so I can see without having to keep flipping them over. So we've got like a very kind of burnt orange here and a lighter kind of burnt orange. We've got 2 bags of dark purple. We've got a dark blue, and then we've got 2 bags of kind of an orangish yellow. We've got 2 bags of a dark green and 2 bags of brown. We've got 2 bags of a light purple. We've got only 1 bag of 939, which seems kind of crazy. 2 bags of a kind of a tree brown. 2 bags of a purple. and then 2 bags of a slightly darker purple. I'm gonna guess these are probably night sky colors. And then we've got some very pale lavender, some like watermelon bubblegum pink. We've got a spring green, a dark purple, and a bright kind of yellowish orange. We've got a red, a brick red, and a peach color. We've got this kind of burnt orange, and then we've got, I think, our last AB, which is that green, and then a dark red. We've got 2 bags of this kind of butterscotch color, and then 2 bags of this slightly lighter mocha brown, a bag of my favorite 666 red, a brown, 2 bags of dark brown, and then a bag of another butterscotch, but maybe darker than the previous. And our last sleeve of drills here, we've got 3 bags of dark blue. Again, I'm assuming that's a night sky color. We've got 2 bags of kind of a milk chocolate brown. We've got 2 bags of a dark green, and then 2 bags of an even darker green. We've got only 2 bags of 3371, which with the 1 bag of 310 and 1 bag of 939 doesn't seem like nearly enough. Only 1 bag of 823, that dark blue, 2 bags of brown. We've got an orange, 2 bags of another dark brown, and then we've got a bag of dark green, dark purple, and dark blue. You guys, not gonna lie, that's a ton of drills. However, I don't know if it's the project itself. I don't know if it's just the process of opening everything and looking at it all that makes me that much more excited, but I'm kind of excited to do this one now. Again, I wasn't sure what I would feel like because it's so large, because I don't know what I would do with it. So I think those are the 2 biggest cons for me, is that it's so large and that I wouldn't know what to do with it when I finished it. On the plus side of the column, though, it's a Diamond Art Club. The symbols are going to be very good. I like the image itself, the artwork, which is what attracted me to the kit in the first place. I mean, that's kind of the be all end all, isn't it? You either like the image or you don't. It's not the image at all that is turning me off. It is just simply the size of it. But that being said, Notre Dame is so complex and intricate that it probably needs to be this large to have any hope of having any of the details on it. You know, for some of the structure, like the arches, the arch windows, the flying buttresses, the spire, the windows, you probably need it to be this big, which is something I should have considered, but rarely do. I just look at it and go, oh, that's an awesome painting. I want that one. And I'm lucky enough to be able to indulge my impulses. So I don't know, you guys. I'm excited now to do this one, but I'm still thinking, gosh, what would I do with it when I'm finished? I could gift it on to someone, but I don't really know who I would gift it on to. You know, I've had people tell me that I could sell my completed images, but unless I frame them, I don't really see how you can do that, because if you just roll it up, there's a chance that drills could fall off during transport. And how do you tell someone who hasn't diamond painted before how to fix it? Do you know what I mean? Weather is a factor when you're shipping things. I could frame it and sell it framed, but then shipping just increases exponentially. Also, you know, does the possibility for breakage. Although I guess if I ordered, because I would probably have to order a custom frame, the frame would come in some really nice packaging and I could just reuse that to maybe sell it. So I don't know, that's maybe an idea. That's a mark for the maybe column, I guess, that if I kept it, I maybe might be able to frame it and sell it to someone. I don't know. Has anybody had any luck or interest or, you know, sold any diamond paintings? I'm curious. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you think this one should stay or go. I don't know if I've decided quite yet. I'm leaning towards stay, but again, I just don't know. All right. I'm going to clean this up, let it cogitate in my brain a little bit, and then I'll come back for some final thoughts. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I think I got them mostly back in the bag so that they'll fit back in the box. So final thoughts, and I think I'll play some B-roll while I'm giving you my final thoughts. So final thoughts, again, my initial concern, I guess my only concern is that the size and what I would do with it. So those two things might keep me from keeping it. But those concerns aside, it looks like it would be a ton of fun to do. There's some nice multi-placing in the background of the sky, lots of confetti, of course, in all of the little details. It's not a ton of dark colors, which is not something I necessarily enjoy. I mean, there's a bit of black and, of course, the darker blues in the night sky, but I don't think that would be enough to keep me from enjoying it. And lots of little vignettes, which is something that I enjoy about doing large canvases, you know, so I could be working on the little street light here. I could be working on the bench with the dog underneath it. I could be working on the little boat. I could be working on some of the Parisian apartments in the background. I could be working on the skyline. I could be working on the Eiffel Tower. It kind of ticks a lot of boxes for me for kits that I would like. It's only 65 colors, which is right around the max that Diamond Art Club does. So not a huge amount of colors compared to some other kits that I've done. I think I'm leaning towards the keep side. I don't know. Again, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Like I said, I think my two biggest concerns are what would I do with it when I'm done, and if I don't do anything with it, would I be okay with it kind of just hanging around in my portfolio? If I'm okay with those two things, then keeping it would be kind of a no-brainer. Or maybe I'll just brainstorm who would like something like this if I could get it framed and figure out a way to ship it without it being horrendously expensive. Of course, once we move to Canada, if I save this until then, I'll have a whole host of other family members who, previous to now, shipping has just made it ungodly expensive to send them things. But if I did something like this for mother-in-law or any of my in-laws really, or, you know, maybe if I make some new friends while I'm up there, maybe one of them would want it. I think I'm leaning towards keep, but I may let it cogitate in my brain for a little bit before I make an actual decision. But yeah, I think I'm leaning towards keep. So let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below. Should it stay? Should it go? Maybe if enough of you think I should let it go, I'll let it go. I don't know. I don't know if price factors in. If I can find a link for this one, because I have no idea if it's still available or not, I will stick it in the link in the description box down below, stick a link to it so you can find it. Should that be a factor in my decision as well, whether or not this is still available? I don't want to get into a money struggle with it. Like, I've already bought it, the money's already been spent. At this point, I'm either going to keep it and get the enjoyment of doing the kit, or I'm just going to let it go and somebody else can have it. I don't necessarily need to make a bunch of money if it's one that's discontinued or lots of people want it or whatever. Those factors aside, enjoyment-wise, definitely in the plus pro column. Size-wise and what would I do with it afterwards, definitely in the con column. But I think I'm leaning towards keep, even with all that, because it would be lots of hours of enjoyment. And that's what the hobby's about, right? That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.